properly. But today we take a turn from the promise of blockchain to the perils that lurks in its shadows. Because where there is innovation, there are imitators. Where there is value, there are vultures. So today our focus is blockchain and cryptocurrency scams, how to identify them. So from shady coins launch and pump and dumps schemes to fake mining apps and celebrity in those fruits, scammers are dressing lies in robes of legitimacy. Let me say this clearly. It is not blockchain that is the scam. It is the abuse of our excitement, our ignorance, and sometimes our desperation. So joining us today in the ever-citing program is Mr. Moses Obaje, aka AI Professor, a beacon in blockchain education and one of the sharpest fraud awareness mind in the space, and also our digital mommy, Mrs. Shiphra Poloma. They are all instructors at DAMA Academy. For those of us that don't know what DAMA stands for, DAMA is Digital Assets Management Academy based in Abuja. So whether you have already dipped your toe into crypto waters or you are still standing at the shoreline, arm crossed, this conversation is for you definitely. Because in the digital economy, knowledge is no longer power, it is protection. So I remain Ibrahim Omar Wase, as usual, and with me is our co-host, Mr. Tochukwu Raphael, and he will be our co-host and I'll be the host, and let's dive into the program properly.
All right, thank you, Ibrahim, for the introduction. I am glad to be here once again. Good morning, Mr. Moses Obaje, our digital chief. Good morning, Mrs. Poloma, our digital mommy.
All right, I'm back again, and I think now we'll dive into the program properly. You know, in the fast-moving world of crypto, scams often disguise themselves as innovation. From promises of guaranteed returns to faceless frauders and flashy white papers. They say the devil is in the detail. Understanding this red flag is the first step to self-defense. So, Mr. Obaje, I will start with you. Let's begin with the basics. In your experience, what are the common signs of a cryptocurrency scam that every beginner, indeed, even veterans, must look for?
All right, good morning for having me. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear so I'll be sure.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. I remain my humble self, Mr. Moses Obaje. All right, thank you, Mr. Ibrahim, for that opening remarks and your first point of inquiry. What are common signs of a cryptocurrency scam? Before I dive into the meat of the matter, which talks about the common signs of a cryptocurrency scam, I just want us to have a dive into the definition of cryptocurrency scams. Now, a cryptocurrency scam is any deceptive scheme that exploits cryptocurrency users, investors, or businesses, often for financial gain. Now, these scams can take many forms, from phishing attacks and Ponzi schemes or fake investment platforms and malicious hacking, exploiting the decentralized and often anonymous nature of blockchain technology to deceive victims. Now, additionally, the unregulated status of many cryptocurrency platforms creates fertile grounds for fraudsters. Now, crypto scams often aim to gain private information, such as security codes, or to trick a person into sending cryptocurrency to a digital wallet that may be compromised. Now, that being said, your question is, what are common signs of cryptocurrency scams? Now, I cannot digest this question very well without talking about some of the types of scams we have. Now, we have examples of scams that comes in forms of giveaways. Now, there are hustles that also come in forms of involving new romance, all right? New romance. Maybe I will break it down later. We have phishing, we have extortion emails, we have fake company alerts, we have blackmail, we have rug pulls, and may invoke fake mining apps or networks. Now, signs of crypto scams include poorly written white papers, excessive marketing pushes, and get rich quick schemes. Now, that being said, generally speaking, cryptocurrency scams fall into two categories. Number one, there are initiatives aiming to obtain access to a target's digital wallet or authentication credentials. Now, this simply means that scammers try to get information that gives them access to a digital wallet or other types of private information, such as security codes. In some cases, it can include access to physical hardware, such as your computer or your smartphone or your diary. In fact, it happened to me. One of my secretaries in the office had access to my diary, and boom, one of my wallets was emptied. But thank God I was able to recover it. Now, that being said, number two, there are schemes that involve transferring your cryptocurrency directly to a scammer, prompted by impersonation, fraudulent investment or business opportunities, or other malicious means. Like I made mention, we have the phishing scams. Now we have cyber criminals create fake websites or send fraudulent emails to trick users into revealing their private keys or wallet credentials. We have the Ponzi and pyramid schemes. Scammers promise high returns to early investors by using funds from newer participants, collapsing one's recruitment slows. Now, some people will think it is a crypto-based business. No, these are businesses that are created to look like it is crypto, but they are not crypto. They are Ponzi and pyramid schemes. And so we need to be knowledgeable so as to differentiate real blockchain projects and projects that are fictitious, that just look or carry the name of blockchain or cryptocurrency projects. Now, there's what we call pig butchering scams. Now, this is a type of cryptocurrency or investment scam where fraudsters groom their victims over time. They gain their trust before deceiving them into making a significant financial investment. It's just like during the days of MMM, you see people start with just a little amount of money, all right? Over time, they get paid, they continue getting paid. Now they have that trust in the system that has been created. And because of that, they now take a lump sum of money and invest into that type of fictitious business. We call it pig butchering scams. The term comes from the analogy of fattening the pig before slaughter. You fatten the pig to that size that you want, and then you slaughter. As scammers cultivate relationships with victims to maximize their eventual financial loss. Now, we have also what we call fake initial coin offerings, ICOs. Now, fraudsters lure investors with the promise of a new cryptocurrency project, only to disappear once funds are collected. We call them fake initial coin offering. Most of them are not hosted on the blockchain. They are hosted on websites, and those websites turn to be fake websites, websites without a face, websites that you cannot trace the algorithm at the end. So, and so also we have another form of scam, which we call the pump and dump schemes. Pump and dump schemes. In fact, this type of scam can happen on the blockchain itself. Scammers artificially inflate the price of a cryptocurrency to sell it at a profit, leaving investors with worthless tokens. In fact, somebody, I think I had one of the testimonies of recent, I think he pumped in about $3,000 to buy a token, only to realize after a while that what he has in his wallet has returned to zero. Yes, you can see the price pumping to a certain level, all right? And because the owner of that token or the developer of that token has that mindset of stealing from people, he holds a chunk of that token. And once that token, people put in their money and the token appreciates to a very good level, he sees that he can cash out good money, he now dumps what he has, and the liquidity of that token or that coin is gone. And that will be the end of that project. And we have rug pulls. Developers abandon a project after collecting funds, leaving investors without any recourse. We also have malware attacks. Malware installed on a victim's device can steal wallet information or cryptographic keys. We also have the imposter websites and applications. There are fraudulent sites or applications that impersonate legitimate platforms to steal user data or funds. So that being said, these are some little examples with regards to types of cryptocurrency scams. Like I said, they are into two categories. The one that are aiming to obtain access to a target's digital wallet or authentication credentials, or schemes that involve that same person transferring his cryptocurrency assets directly to a scammer through impersonation, fraudulent investment, or business opportunities that are fictitious or other malicious means. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insights. Indeed, you have done justice to the topic. And for our audience, I would like to remind you that this program is being sponsored by DAMA, Digital Assets Management Academy based in Abuja. What are you waiting for? Get enrolled into the academy. All that we are learning here is from the instructors there. So you can get a first-hand knowledge from them. And now moving to the next question. You know, spotting red flag is one thing, but sometimes even the cleanest looking projects can lead to digital heartbreak if we don't verify properly. So due diligence in blockchain is non-negotiable. So my next question goes to Mrs. Poloma, our digital mommy. And the question goes, how can you verify if a blockchain project is legitimate? Especially for those who aren't developers or financial analysts, what tip or resources should the average investor use? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ibrahim. To verify if a blockchain project is legitimate, there are certain things that one has to consider before one delves into it. In the course of going into finding a legitimate blockchain project, we discover that there's no legitimate business that will, you know, keep sending you messages on correspond with you via social media handles or networks, or sending text messages to you. They will also not ask you for your private keys which are sensitive informations that only you, the holder, ought to have. And then the best way to spot a crypto scammer is to be very, very, of any communication sent to you. You have to go through it, check it very well to know, as my earlier speaker said, he spoke about phishing. You know, they will be sending you various email messages that once you even click on that link, sometimes your data is, you know, is stolen by these scammers. So if someone is attempting to scam you, it is very likely that they have tried it with others. Normally, they throw this, like in the conventional banking system, these days you find somebody calling you that they have sent a code to you. Can you read out the code? And things like that. That the person will pose as your banker, that your banker state your account has an issue that needs to be resolved. You know, we find so many people getting trapped by that simply for not communicating well and for digging into facts. Just like as your bank will not just send an unsolicited message to you. The same thing in the blockchain industry, you will not find somebody sending you unsolicited text messages, spam messages, phishing messages. One has to be very careful to be able to, you know, track that. And how can you verify if a blockchain project is legitimate? Number one, the use case. You have to check the use case of this very particular activity you are going into. Check the website of the project as well. And then there are so many means of communication that one should do. You should research very well about the team members of that very particular project you want to go into. A legitimate project often includes individuals with proven expertise in blockchain. Cumulative, when you group them together, they will have a history of activities or projects they've undertaken. There's also need for one to review the white paper. You evaluate the project's purpose, and then the technical details, and then the roadmap of that very particular project. You ensure that it provides practical solutions to a real world problem. And then you should also try as much as possible to evaluate the community, because you'll discover that there are communities in the Telegram, Discord, Reddit, Twitter. Such projects should have ways of communication with their communities, where they have, even though it's behind the scene, but they have a source of information that is passed to the community at every given time. And then we should also try as much as possible to evaluate to assess the technology. You review the technology project's code base on platforms like GitHub, and you ensure that it is open source and it is regularly updated, not obsolete, and that it has gone through third-party security audits as well. One should also verify the partnerships and the collaborations. You check for partnerships with established companies and organizations. You discover that legitimate projects often announce these partnerships through press releases, or, like I earlier said, through their social media handles. Also, one should be able to analyze the tokenomics. You understand how the tokens are distributed. Here, is it fair? Because you discover that one can, a project creator can create a project and allocate a huge sum of tokens to himself. And then at the end, he dumps it on the community. So one has to check, is there fair play, fair and even distribution of the tokens? And then one should evaluate the blockchain transparency. by reviewing the projects often display licenses or regulatory approvals from government or financial oversight bodies. And also there's need one to review the project's transaction and then the financial muscle, financial activity of that very particular project. And we should, like my earlier speaker said, we should watch out for red flags. They are the red flags that he mentioned. Unrealistic promises, aggressive marketing. You know, they rely heavily on FOMO, celebrity endorsements here and there. And then you discover that if communication is very poor, it means there's something is a red flag. One should check. So by following these steps, you can increase your chances of identifying legitimate blockchain projects and avoid scams. And in a nutshell, for a project to be legitimate, look at the use case and the utility case. The website-based project, what is built really, actually on the blockchain. And then the on-chain activities of the developers on their handles. And then the contract address is very key, because even if it is a minute ago that a project is created and the contract address is sent, there are scammers out there that will create the same, you know, the same name. But what will differentiate the legit one with the one that the scammer has sent is that the contract address differ. So one has to do a thorough research to ensure that he gets the correct contract address before engaging in any blockchain project. And then the community backing it. If there's a community backing it, you will see through their engagements on the social media handles, their communication as a team, as a group, you will see it there. And also, it has to be audited by a reputable auditing firm, such as Celtic, Go Plus, QuantStamp, and then Hacken. Then the holders, like I said earlier, the spread of the token should be fair, not a developer can decide to create 50 accounts, and then you discover that the accounts have the same allocation, more than maybe 50 wallets, you see exact same allocation. And if you look at the timing of the allocation, you discover it's the same time. So it could be a robot that did that. So these are ways for anyone engaging in blockchain to be able to, know the legit, and then those that have red flags, and be able to avoid or limit getting into scam projects. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our digital mommy. This is indeed an insightful analysis. You have just done justice to the topic. That I will invite my co-host, Mr. Raphael, to continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brahim. I think I love today's discussion because it borders on a way to protect our digital material, how to avoid being scammed. But my question goes directly to Mr. Obaje. Mr. Obaje, can you hear me? Mr. Obaje? Our digital chief.
All right, thank you. I was muted. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay. I loved your opening remark or comments. You enumerated, you highlighted some of the ways in which scammers could operate There are so many ways, because constantly, every day, scammers, hackers, you know, brainstorming on new ways to scam people. So, and you talked about access to digital wallets as one of their main purpose or objective. You talked about phishing, you talked about a lot of things, but I want you to throw more light now on what we call unsolicited investment offers. What do we mean when we say unsolicited investment offers, and why is it risky? Why is it risky to trust unsolicited investment offers? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tuchuku. When we talk of unsolicited, something that you never asked for, you never requested for, you never searched for, you see it coming your way. On a free note is unsolicited. You did not solicit for that thing. All right? And that's why a lot of people fall victim, because they see flashy unsolicited investments coming their way, and they feel, oh, let me rush in and take my own share, not knowing that they are going into doom as far as the space is concerned. Now, trusting unsolicited investment offers in crypto is risky, very, very risky, for several key reasons. I'll outline some of the reasons why it is very, very risky. Now, when you venture into unsolicited investments, there is that tendency, number one, that it is a high-risk scam. Because many unsolicited crypto offers today are phishing attempts or Ponzi schemes. Now, that's why scammers now understood that man himself is greedy. And so they often promise guaranteed returns or insider opportunities to lure victims. How can somebody tell you, come and invest $10 here, and in the next 5 days, you'll be cashing out $100? What has $10? Look at the relativity between $10 and $100. Put in $10, and in the next 5 days, you are cashing out $100. Does that make sense? And that is why everyone that is in the space, you need to be patient. You need to be knowledgeable. You need to be proactive with whatsoever kind of investment that comes your way. Just like Mrs. Poloma just rightly said, even if a project just comes out just about a minute, don't think, okay, this project just got launched now, that there is no second version of it. No. Because the scammers are out there trying to see how they can trick people and got out their resources illegally. Now, trusting unsolicited investment offer also, it's due to lack of regulation. Because the crypto space is less regulated than traditional finance, like we all know. Despite the fact that, yes, the governments are trying to see how they can regulate the crypto space. But I want to tell you, because it is a decentralized technology, it will be very difficult to regulate. There will be some form of regulations over time, but because of its decentralized nature, not every aspect of the crypto space can be regulated. And so it makes it so easy, because of its decentralized nature, for bad actors to operate within the oversight or accountability. So anywhere you see a project that lacks proper regulation within the system, within the act of the developers, it's a red flag. Remember, it was an unsolicited investment. You never sought for it. You never asked for it. It just came your way, and it is maybe through phishing. Yes. Maybe they use generalized emails.
Okay.
Get access to you. Now, also, with regards to unsolicited investments, wherever you see an investment that are using pressure tactics. Now, what do I mean by pressure tactics? This sort of offers often use high pressure tactics. They try to pressure you, they try to rush you to put in your funds there, so that you might not have proper time to go and do your research or due diligence. Then I want to tell you that that is very, very risky. Like I said, when it is coming from an unsolicited source that you never requested for such information to come your way. You see text messages coming, you see email messages coming, you see WhatsApp messages coming, so as to pressure you to go into such a scheme. Be careful. It deprives you from doing your proper research or due diligence. Another aspect that you need to look at with unsolicited investment is when you see anonymous senders. Most of these unsolicited investments send you messages, and those messages you can't identify who is the sender. Now, if I post something on the DAMA group chat, everybody knows that it is Moses Obaje that has posted. Now, if I come to your DM and I post, you don't know me, we've never interacted, there was no business between me and you, and then you comfort showing me a means of investment. It is unsolicited. And because I responded to you in a positive manner, you now begin to pressure me, telling me I should take my space as an early investor. That is a red flag. That is to tell you that this is a risky investment. So, such offers from unknown individuals of high pressure tactics should be careful. And then from unknown individuals or unverified sources. See, I just want to tell you that they are hard to trace. They are hard to trace. Be it via email, be it via Facebook, be it via any form of social media, they are hard to trace. Once funds are sent,
put it down so that it will not put something down.
Once funds are sent,
these are her own clothes, but she still needs them. I want to snap this. I want to have to snap something.
Please, admin, can you take care of that person?
This one boy. Yes. Okay. Yes.
I also made mention in my previous presentation of too good to be true promises. Just like I said, you put in $10 and in the next 5 days you are cashing out $100 or $500. It is too good to be true. This clearly shows you that this is a very high risk investment. Now, I just want to tell you this morning that all realistic returns are a hallmark of fraud. They are a hallmark of fraud because legitimate investments don't guarantee high profits with low risk. Anywhere you see an investment that is illegitimate, you will see it has high profits. with low or no risk. So we should be very, very cautious of that. And so let me just, before I hand over the mic, I just want to give you a checklist so you can be able to check all these type of unsolicited investments that come your way. Number one, unsolicited contacts. Was I contacted out of the blue? I don't know this person. We've never interacted. And then the person is coming to give me an investment offer. Red flag. Guaranteed high returns. They will come your way. Unsolicited contacts is number one. Guaranteed high returns. Are they promising risk-free or guaranteed profits? Number three, pressure to act fast. Are you being pressured to rush to invest immediately? From an unsolicited contact, is telling you of guaranteed high returns and is putting pressure on you to invest immediately. Be careful. All right? And then there is lack of transparency. Is the business model vague or confusing? You don't understand the business model, you are confused, not even going through the business model, and you want to go and put in your resources? That is lack of transparency. Number five, unregulated platforms or person. Now, there is the offer coming from an unlicensed or unknown source. You don't know the source. You don't see that source is licensed, and then you want to go and put in your resources? Or is that source requesting for sensitive information? Are they asking for your private keys? Are they asking for your wallet credentials? Be careful. Another thing is suspicious website and applications. Does the website look a website is a red flag. Now, is there no official documentation explaining the projects? There are projects that they will tell you to go and invest. When you go to gather information, you see very little information, maybe 2, 3, 4 lines explaining the business. There is secrecy and isolation. Are there withdrawal issues? You started maybe with, you said, okay, let me just test the depth of the waters. I think this business looks good. And then you went in and put in $5 and withdrawal issues for you to get $10 or to get your $5. They're telling you that you need to go and send us your picture. You need to go and sign these documents. That's an issue. So when you have trouble accessing or withdrawing your funds, that is a red flag for you. Now, finally, if you check more than one of these that I've just mentioned, I want to bet you that it is a scam. It's either you do more research or you run away, you walk away. So unsolicited sources are so risky with regards to investments on the blockchain. And we should be very, very cautious. Thank you. Mr. Tochukwu, are you there?
Mr. Obaje, I'm so sorry for the little internet hitch. You know, we're in Nigeria. We have to continue to abide by the circumstances. All right. I got what you said. But before I move to Mrs. Poloma, what about scams coming from solicited investment offers? What about scams coming from those that you know? Maybe they themselves are not aware of what we are discussing here. So they fall victim to that and then transmit these scam messages to you. So in such a case, what can you do? How can you, verify or deflect that kind of attack? Mr. Obaje?
All right, thank you. You said they do not know. All right, that was the word you used. They do not know that this is a scam. They joined and they passed it on to you. Now, remember, I made mention of something. Most people fall victims of scam because of lack of knowledge. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. That is why in every crypto project or investment that comes your way, you should do your due diligence, do your own research. And that is where DAMA Academy comes into play. It is one of the key teachings that we deliver at DAMA Academy. How to do your own research, how to spot legit and illegitimate projects, how to scan through projects to discover those ones that are real and those that are fake. All this boils down to what you know. Because if you don't know how to go on research, I bet you will fall victim. So let it be that it is my father that sends me a proposal. I will have to go down and do my own research to be sure what this old man sent to me, is it real? Is it fake? Are there malicious components in this business that he has forwarded to me? So that's why knowledge is paramount in the crypto space, in crypto investments. All right? So that's what I just have to say. It all boils down to knowledge. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I understand what you just said, because this is actually what everyone who is internet savvy or social media savvy must have experienced at least once in his or her lifetime. I experienced it several times. People sending me, messages, that are too good in your word, too good to be real. You invest 10,000 naira today, next tomorrow you will have 100,000 naira. And that is, I don't know what kind of to call it. So it is actually a cyber terrorism. People think that terrorism is all about, wielding guns and, dishing yourself out from the forest. No, terrorism exists in so many kinds. So thank you very much for this. But there has to be a means of transmitting these scam messages. And that is what I want Mrs. Poloma to deal with now. Social media is a very powerful tool of transmitting these scam messages. So I want you to delve into the role of social media. What role does it play in transmitting or disseminating these scam messages, and how harmful it could be? Mrs. Poloma. Mrs. Poloma.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Tochukwu. This question. The social media, as we all know, today has a wider reach, a vast reach. It reaches almost everywhere in the world at a go. So it's spreading financial and investment scams because of its wide reach. Discovered scammers often use this. Why do they use it? Because they remain anonymous. Because of the anonymous nature of this social media, you can use any name to create a Facebook page and so on and so forth. So you discover that because of the ease of anonymity and the ability to quickly build trust on the social media sphere, these are the ways that the role that social media you know, plays in scamming. And how do they do it? You discover that these scammers use the social media to create hype and buzz, you know, all over, you know, to, you know, sell their projects. Though using fake accounts, they could use bots, what we call BOTS. They can even pay influencers to, you know, promote these scams. And then within time, like the earlier speaker said, these scammers may use these social media platforms to build trust. Why? Because you find them all over. You read about them, they keep popping up on your social media pages. So you discover that when they pop up, you try reading, and before you know it, you are like enticed into you know, falling victim. They share fake testimonials. They pose as experts. They can create fake communities around them with fake names to spread all this, whatever it is that they have. They can spread, the social media spreads false information quickly because of the vast nature, the reach that I earlier said it has. So it can make it very difficult for one to distinguish between a legitimate project and an illegitimate project, unless one does the due diligence that we said earlier that one must do. Then this, they target these vulnerable individuals using these social media platforms. And then they use fake endorsements. Like I earlier said, they can take an influencer, pay him off so that he will boost, make a lot of buzz about the project. The common social media platforms used by these scammers are what you and I know. We have Twitter. They can promote their projects using hashtags and fake accounts to reach a wider audience. They can use the Telegram. They can create fake communities and fake groups to lure people so that they will build the trust of people on them, that these people see the group has 2,000 or 1 million community members. Unknown to you, these community members are mostly fake accounts. And then Facebook as well. They use Facebook to promote their projects using fake accounts as well. And then they can pay, they use paid ads. As you are going through your Facebook page, a fake ad, an ad will come up. You will definitely want to read or see it. And these are what they use to scam people. They use Instagram as well to promote their projects. And then YouTube. They can use YouTube. In fact, now with the coming of artificial intelligence, it's even, I would say, scarier, because they can pick your picture using artificial intelligence and, you know, make it to even deliver the message. Unknowingly, it is not you. They can use an avatar to deliver a fake message. They can use any picture at all and then make it to talk as if it is, you know, a person that is talking sense, just to lure the person. But then with all this, how do you now protect yourself? Because it comes down to protection. Like the earlier speaker said, Professor Moses, unsolicited messages. We should be wary of unsolicited messages or investment opportunities that come through the social media. We have to do due diligence. One must verify the information about the project through reputable sources, such as their official websites or other news outlets. Like we always say, anytime you come across an investment, you have to do your own research, DYOR. It is incumbent, and that is the knowledge we teach. That is set for you to identify so that you don't fall into scams. Then you should use strong security measures, especially for your accounts. All your blockchain accounts must have strong security, such as the two-factor authentication and then antivirus software to protect accounts and your devices from being hacked. And then we are expected to report any suspicious activity to the relevant authorities and social media platforms, because all the social media platforms have means of reporting. Whatever you see on your page, you can report and action will be taken. So because of the wide coverage, like I said, of the social media, we find scammers try to use these social media platforms to build trust on their unsuspecting victims. But like I said, doing due diligence, doing one's own research, this is what we teach in DAMA Academy, for people to always do their own due diligence, do their own research, and then we have parameters for one to identify what is legit and what is not legit. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Poloma. Now the message has been passed. You want to invest into blockchain or cryptocurrency, you do your research, but most of the time, what makes people to delve into that venture without proper research is the way Nigeria is now. You and I know that Nigeria is not, of course, and Nigeria is making everybody to.
I think we've lost him. Yeah, we are not unmindful of there's a lot of poverty in the land, yes. But then poverty should not make one not to make research on any project that one is going into. Hello.
And you know, one of the challenges that we also face is if people don't seek for that knowledge. Now, it's simple. Get a cycle. Even if you are not knowledgeable, you should have somebody that you can always contact at a point in time when you see such opportunities that are too flashy comes your way. Even if they are not flashy, agree that, yes, I'm not that knowledgeable in this aspect, but I know Mr. Chibuzo that is knowledgeable. Let me contact Mr. Chibuzo so that he can educate me more, or let him help me do a due diligence on this project so that I know that, okay, to an extent, I've done my own path in getting the necessary information with regard to this project. So knowledge, they said if you think knowledge is expensive, try ignorance. So ignorance should not be a yardstick for you to say, okay, I was scammed. No, there are avenues. There are so many ways that you can get knowledge. To seek knowledge, I bet you'll be on the safe side as far as the blockchain ecosystem is concerned.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Obaje and Mrs. Poloma. All right. Like I was saying, social media is a powerful tool that these guys are using to deceive us. But now we are now know that it seems like the tactics or strategies for scamming are now clouding, or should I say, the good investment parts of projects are more in number than the bad. No, I mean the bad ones are more in number than the good ones. So somebody who is coming to this project or coming to this venture for the first time, how would you now, recommend? How would you? What project would you recommend for those contemplating to invest in this venture? What projects? What are the projects? I think this question is for Mr. Obaje.
Hey, this is your question, eh? Okay. Oh. This is a hard
Obaje,
one.
can you hear?
I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me, please.
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, all right. I was responding to Mr. Tochukwu. I said this question is a hard one. It's very, very dicey. All right. It's very, very dicey. What projects to recommend? Now, that being said, I just want to be sincere. There are a vast number of projects out there. There are a vast number of projects. In fact, certified crypto or digital assets on the blockchain, if you go to coin market, we have over 14 million coins in circulation. Over 14 million coins in circulation. Now, so recommending any project at the moment by me will be based on my personal knowledge and recent research. So, because I cannot go and start picking, we have over 14 million coins and tokens in circulation. Now begin to pick and see, okay, which one will I recommend? Will be very, very impossible because there are a lot of them. So like I said, if I have to recommend, it will be based on my personal knowledge and recent research. So even if I say something this afternoon, I want to plead to my listeners, go and do your own research. Go and do your own research. Now, if you can recall, in my last appearance or in my last session with DDM, I talked about blockchain and artificial intelligence projects in so many aspects, and I dwelt on one, which is healthcare. And in that healthcare, I took a case study of my recent research on a project called the Body Scan AI. That's one of my latest research, because the research is still ongoing with that project because of what the project holds for the future. So whatever you hear me say, and like I said, is based on my own research and based on my own knowledge. So that project is called the Body Scan AI. Why will I be so keen about the Body Scan AI? Now, number one, the Body Scan AI is a utility-based crypto project. What do I mean by utility? There's a problem that this project has come to solve, and that has to do with health. Now, we know how health is very, very expensive. Accessing the healthcare services is quite expensive, most especially when it has to do with diagnosis. Now, the Body Scan AI is a project that is developing what we call the body scan machine. However, it is not a complex machine. It is an application that will be deployed on our Androids and our iOS devices that can scan the whole human body to detect health problems from the head to toe. I always mention there are applications today that you can use to take your body temperature, you can use to check your blood pressure, that you can use to check your blood sugar, that you can use to check the number of steps you've taken per day and what have you. But why this project is so unique is that it will scan the whole human body and then detect where there are problems and proffer solutions to that problem. Why I'm saying do your own research is because this project is still under development. The application is not yet fully developed and deployed. But from research, from investigations, it is a viable project. It will surely, over time, come to limelight. Now, like that being said, it will be able to scan the human body for tumors, for fractures, for organ malfunctions, for early detection of diabetes, early detection of cancer, and what have you, and then profile solutions. Now, why I still want to recommend this is number two, after being a utility-based project, it is a certified layer 2 blockchain project built on the Solana network. It has been certified. And the third thing is that after being certified, it has already been audited. The contract address has been audited by renowned audit companies. It was audited by CETIC. It was also audited by GoPlus. These are big names with regards to auditing in the crypto space. Number four, based on research, it also showed that the developers are active on-chain. The developers are in constant interaction with the community that are promoting this project. They come out to tell you what they are doing. They come out to tell you what you also need to do so that this project can go into a bigger space. They have active social media platforms. Their Twitter, their Telegram handles are active. And even the community Facebook page is vibrant and very active. So, you know, these are key components to identify legitimate projects. Just as I am mentioning them now, whenever you come across any project that you want to embark on, these are some of the things you need to look at. All right? So I will make a recap. I said, number one, it is a utility-based project. It has come to solve some problems that has to do with health. It is a certified layer 2 blockchain that is built on the Solana network. It is certified and audited, has a certified and audited contract address, which was audited by CETIC and GoPlus. I also mentioned that the dev team is active on-chain. They have active social media platforms. Their Twitter is active. Their Telegram is active. The community Facebook page is also active. So it is a community-backed project. It has a community that is backing that project. I want to also advise any project that you are going into that does not have a community that is backing that project. If you can run, that the back of your leg will touch the back of your head, run. All right? If there's no community that is backing that project, it will go nowhere. Another thing is that it has quite a number of holders. Yes, those who are holding onto the token. There are quite a number of holders. I think over close to 2,500 holders at the moment. I cannot say specifically or less. And one thing that drew my attention is that the spread is evenly distributed. The spread of body scan AI is evenly distributed. It cannot be rug pulled. It cannot be rug pulled. Nobody is holding a high quantum, a high quantity of this token. In fact, based on research, no single entity is holding up to 2% of the body scan AI token. So it cannot be rug pulled. And gentlemen, it has a low market cap. What do I mean? That means it is still cheap and one can make good returns on investment as the project gets more traction, as the token gets more acceptability. Because it is having a low market cap, you can easily make fortunes from this project. All right? So that is the project that I can recommend. It has to do with health, which is its utility. It is certified. The devs are active. They have active social media platforms. It is a community-backed project. They have quite a number of holders, and the spread of the holders, those who are holding the token, is evenly spread. No single entity has up to 2% of that token in hold, which is sure to stand the test of time. It cannot be rug pulled, and it has a very low market cap, which means you can have a very good return on investment as the project continues to grow over time. Now, that's why I said the question you asked me is a dicey question. All right? I am not saying that there are no other projects, but like I said, this is based on my own personal research, based on my own knowledge. The body scan AI is a project that I can hold myself responsible and recommend anybody to go into it at the moment. But that being said, like I mentioned earlier, there are over 14 million coins in the crypto market space. Some will stand the test of time, survive, and some might not. Like I mentioned, community-based projects. So you yourself, you can go and get any coin or token and do your own research based on these parameters that I have explained with regards to the body scan AI token. All right? Is the project a blockchain project, not a website project, not a Ponzi scheme? Because Ponzi schemes are different from blockchain projects. No, whether they carry the name blockchain, you should go and make your research. Is it a website-based project? There are projects that are built on websites that are using cryptocurrencies, and you think they are blockchain projects. They embed the contract address in a website, all right, and operate from the website. That is to tell you that they can still go back and tamper with the contract address. So let us be careful with Ponzi schemes with regards to projects that we need to come and commit ourselves into with our finances. Don't go for projects that do not have utility, that do not have use cases. What is that project coming to solve? What is that blockchain project coming to solve? All right? Is the project certified? Is it backed by a community? All right? How is the distribution? How is the spread? So pick any other coin, and based on this criteria, I think you will get better results. And also seek for professional advice from known institutions and educational institutions, just like the DAMA Academy. So, Mr. Totuku, you gave me a nice question, but that's what I can recommend for today. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's your question, but you have also comprehensively told us about giving us the criteria, whether you are going for this or for that. Use this criteria to gauge the authenticity and the veracity of what you are going into. So thank you very much for that contribution. But I would like Mrs. Poloma to also attempt an answer to this question. What's your take, Mrs. Poloma?
Thank you, Tochukwu. Like Prof said, honestly, there are billions of tokens out there in the space. What is paramount is for one to do his own research. The body scan AI that he spoke about, I have personally done my own due diligence on that.
Okay.
And honestly, it's a project worth doing. But basically, one has to do his own personal due diligence as well. Because the last time Professor Moses mentioned body scan AI, I went back to the basics to see, to check the parameters. And I discovered as an upcoming project in this bull run is a project worth doing. Yes, we may talk about the big bulls, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and the likes. But as a good investor, it depends on your taste buds. How large is your taste? How big is your dream? If you want to make like 10x or 100x or 1000x on a token, I think the big bulls, they certainly will not give you that. And so for anyone coming into the market, after doing your due diligence on body scan AI, I think it is a token worth doing. One, like he said, it has come to solve humanity's problem. As we all know, healthcare, wherever you are in the world, consumes a lot of money. If you have an app that you just paid few tokens to drop on your phone by the time it is deployed on iOS and Android devices, you'll discover that your healthcare is in the palm of your hands. You own your data. You can take whatever health statistics of yourself using the app. And then you can comfortably get to a medical practitioner to discuss further. But this very data is in the palm of your hands. And like we said, I checked the spread also. It has fair spread. The spread is fair because the developers, the creators' wallet is there. I keep checking on that wallet daily to see if the developer is selling. But honestly, so far, I think body scan AI as of today has clocked 101 days. The developer, since he bought his coin like me, I bought mine, and every other person that has come into contact with body scan AI, his wallet is still intact. It shows you that these people are really, the devs are really serious. And then one other thing I noticed with body scan AI is the low cap. At the moment, the market capitalization is about $235,000. So it is within reach. If peradventure this token does just 10 cents, which is possible, or $1, it means whoever that is coming now will certainly reap something if your taste buds are large. And then one other thing I noticed is that this very token the liquidity is there. In fact, when you get to the website, to the to the aggregators, you will see people swapping all the time. So it means it's a token. There are some tokens that just come and pull you. You cannot sell. They will tell you until it gets to where, you know, wherever. But at the moment, on the DEX, it is physically possible for you to even buy the token now and sell now. So it shows it is a token worth having. Like I said, and I will still insist, like Prof said, and he still insists, do your own research. When Prof mentioned body scan, that day I went to the drawing board. But then in one of the red flags that we mentioned earlier, when you just, drop the name body scan AI, you'll discover that a lot of them, there are, you know, replicas of this very particular token to show you that, yes, this token is a token to beat. But then bottom line is get the correct contract address and do your own due diligence to be able to, you know, be a partaker of this token body scan AI. There are millions out there, but I think the what has utility for mankind is key. And then this very particular token is artificial intelligence powered. We are, what is trending in even the crypto world now is artificial intelligence powered tokens. But then for you to be a partaker, you just have to do your own DYOR, do your own research. Just because myself and Professor Moses have mentioned body scan AI does not mean we are hyping that you just go and start buying now. No. What we teach in DAMA Academy is for you to get these skills, the nitty-gritty of how to identify legit projects and how not to fall victims of scam projects. Thank you.
Mr. Tochukwu, before you come in, the digital mama has just made me go cool because she has even gone extra miles ahead of me with regards to doing research with regards to the body scan AI. Kudos to you, ma. I got cap for you, ma. All right. More grace. Thank you for that serious due diligence you've done. Mr. Tochukwu, thank you.
Okay, digital mummy, we are actually coming to the end of the program. I don't know if anyone has a question. Let us know if we can attempt.
I think there's one hand raised also.
Yeah, Tochukwu is muted.
Right, somebody raised the hand. I don't think I can't find any question. Person
I think
just raised their hand. I don't even know the question. But all the same, we have less than 5 minutes to go. So we have a hand now. Further steps. You can unmute and speak on.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, the cool host. Thank you, the presenters.
I don't think I can hear you clearly. Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Can you hear me good now? Can you hear me well now?
Yes, I think we can hear him.
Hello, can I be heard now?
Yes, you are clear.
Thank you very much. Okay, good afternoon. Moses Obaje, good afternoon, Mami Poloma and our host, to Chuku and Ibrahim. Thank you for a job well done. Let me start from the last one before I go to the question is to Mommy Poloma. You said in your conclusion, do not, because I and Moses Obaje have talked about the body scan AI. Go and do your own research. So my question is, if I have understood your explanation and believed in it, is there anything wrong if I buy based on my conviction on what you people have said? That is the first question. The second question is for Moses Obaje. When you started out, that the question that was directed earlier to you, we talked about what exactly was it? I'm trying to recall the word now, in terms of disseminating of unsolicited mails. Unsolicited, yes. Now, I became a little bit worried after I heard the explanations on that, because as a member of the community, since the day the DDM started, I have been doing broadcasts. The broadcast of about 1,500 people on my phone who have not solicited for the information that I have sent to them. Have I breached that? Am I doing wrong? Because I'm feeling guilty that I have been sending information, bashing on people again and again in view to make them be part of this business. I am feeling guilty already, so I need to be delivered. What have I done wrong? Should I stop doing so? Because in my views and understanding, they have not solicited for the information that I keep sharing to them every other day as this meeting holds. Thank you. Those are my questions.
All right, thank you very much. Could you briefly answer the questions? Maybe let's start from Mr. Moses.
Okay, thank you, PV, at further steps for that questions. Okay, your first question is about buying based on the explanations we give about this kind of AI. You can buy. Like I said, I can beat my chest. Based on research, based on knowledge, you can go and buy body scan AI. All right, it is going to take you places. You will one day come back to give testimony with regards to that token. All right. That being said, now to your question, unsolicited investments. Now, you said you are sending the message from your phone. From your phone. May I ask, via what mode of transmission or social media do you use to send these messages? At PV at further steps, if you can hear me, how do you send this message?
Further steps. Further steps, are you there? Are you still there?
It's muted.
Unmute and answer.
All right.
Further steps.
I wanted to confirm what means he uses to send such a bulk message. Okay, he has unmuted. Please, can you respond to my question? What social media means do you use to send these messages?
Yeah.
We can't hear him.
Yes. However, I tend to believe within me that he is using maybe WhatsApp broadcasts. If he is using WhatsApp broadcast, he's on a safe landing. All right. Now, when we talk of unsolicited investments, or messages, it has to be that person. You have never interacted. You have never even said hi, not even talk of good morning. And then the person begins to send you message. That's an unsolicited message. Well, from what PV at Further Steps was asking, if it is via WhatsApp broadcasts, I think one of the ideology is that even when you send a broadcast, it cannot deliver to someone who doesn't have your contacts. So I believe if it is via WhatsApp, you are still in right standing, because all those messages you are sending will only deliver to those who have your contact on their phone. Otherwise, the message will not be delivered. All right, so PV at Further Steps, if you are using WhatsApp broadcast, you are on a safe landing. I will even urge you to continue to spread the message. Is that okay? All right, except if you are using maybe email, and then maybe some of the emails, you don't even know them, you're just sending them messages, then you are sending unsolicited messages. But if it is via the social media, most especially WhatsApp, I know WhatsApp can send a broadcast with a huge chunk of people, then you're on the safe side. Thank you very much. I hope I have answered your question. So for you buying body scan, like I said, you can go and buy. It's allowed based on the analysis we've given in this meeting. Thank you. Is it that we lost Mr. Tochukwu again?
He's on the up. There's still one hand up.
Okay, Tochukwu is back. Ola Digital City. Mr. Tochukwu. Yeah. You are muted. You are muted.
Okay, I said, I believe your question has been answered. Let's Ola Digital City, if you can, squeeze your question into a few seconds so that experts here will answer you. Ola Digital City, ask your question or you make your contribution. All right, I think we should. He's not there. It's not there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's class, and it was nice having Mr. Moses Obaje and Mrs. Shiphra Poloma to be here speaking with us and to us. We believe that in the course of time, we all listening to you will become as become experts like you, because we would like to know as much as you do, and the only way to do that is for us to key into your knowledge, to tap from your fountain of knowledge. Of course, Digital Assets Management Academy is dedicated to inculcating these knowledge to those who desire to be reach out to us, so that continue next time. Thank you everyone for joining us in this program. Remember that this program comes your way every Wednesday, weekly, every Wednesday. So join us again next Wednesday. Endeavor to bring along your friends, your families, your acquaintances, and whoever you think this project or this program will be important to. So that is all I have for you. Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim, my co-host. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Obaje and Mrs. Poloma. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Welcome. All right. So this is where we draw the curtain. This is where we draw the curtain. Thank you very much.